Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's live album reaction. That's where we're going to go through a whole album, listen to it song by song, and talk about each song as well. If you're new to the channel or if you need reminding, we accept requests for albums or individual songs on our main channel. If you donate to us, donations can be made either via YouTube directly on some of our videos, not on this channel, that's on our main channel. And you can either comment requesting your song or by clicking on the link for the coffee.com link, which is down below in the description. All donations are accepted and respected, and we will guarantee and prioritize that reaction for you. So let's have a look at what we're going to be reacting to today. Our producer has gone for this one for us. So it is Ramones, simply called Ramones. It's an old album from 1976, remastered in 2017. Now, I know absolutely nothing about Ramones. I thought they were like a kind of, what do you call them? What's the word I'm looking for? Indie band from the early noughties, like the noughties or the tens. It turns out I was way off. They're really old. Our director said Blitzkrieg Pop or Bop is quite a well-known song, so we'll listen to that shortly. Backstreet Brett, I'm sure you've got a lot more knowledge of Ramones than I have. So what do you know about them?
Appreciate the big up on that one there. I actually don't, to be honest. I totally get where you're coming from with these sort of modern sort of indie type bands. The name is there, but you know what? Actually, I've heard of Ramones. I used to say the Ramones, but it's just Ramones,
okay,
which is a bit annoying, confusing at times. But I couldn't tell you any of their songs. I just know I've heard about them. It's a bit like we had with Iron Maiden, like, you know, well known, heard of them, but never known any of their songs. And I know they're American, and I know that most or majority of the band are related. I think brothers or related with the surname Ramone. That's why they were called Ramones or the Ramones. But otherwise, yeah, I can't actually tell you. I know they're sort of punky, rocky kind of 70s style music, but that's as honestly as far as the knowledge can go, really.
Okay, interesting. Let's tell me if you know or recognize any of the songs here. I mentioned Blitzkrieg Bop. It's supposed to be, I think, well known. Anything ring a bell?
Yeah, the quick glance, like, there doesn't, to be honest. And I feel like maybe if I'm going to recognise anything, it'd be more by sound, potentially.
Okay.
Judy's a punk, is that the same thing? But yeah, otherwise, yeah, this is almost like a unknown to me. This could be a sort of a 2016 indie pop band that we're about to listen to, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, then. Well, let's go for it. Why is it not working?
I thought I heard something. I think it started, didn't it? I'm sure I heard something.
Just a minute.
You've been paid for your subscription again.
Okay, let's go. I know this.
Oh, let's go. Oh, let's go. Oh, let's go. The falling in a straight line. You're going through a tight one. You can lose a dead mind.
Okay, this is an interesting one. So, when it came on, it sounded like the Clash, like just the instrumental bit at the beginning, and then when they did that A-O bit, I was like, oh, I know this. I don't know. It's like I kind of know it. It definitely sounds familiar, very familiar, but the rest of the song wasn't that familiar. It's like I'm confusing it with another song that I quite like. I don't know if it's a song by The Clash. It probably is. It's a well-known song. I just can't picture it in my head. And this is like I don't want to say it's a bit of a poor man's version of it, kind of the song that I like. That sounds quite similar. I just can't think what it is on top of my head. But I did quite like this song. I like the I.O. bit. We only had it twice, but it is a short song. And it was just a good sort of like, bop along kind of punk song. I like this, but it was just annoying me that it kind of reminded me of something else that was very similar. But yet at the same time, I do recognise this song as well. It's a bit weird, yeah. Anyway, what about you?
Yeah, coming from the same sort of angle from here, recognise the song, definitely heard it, just never associated that it was Ramones and would never have known this was called. It's funny, so I don't think you would have been aware of this. So there's an advert that uses this song. The company's called AO. And
maybe that's where I heard it from. I don't know.
Yeah. I couldn't help but just, every time I hear it now, I just hear AO and think of that company as well. Great shout on the Clash. I had in my head the Sex Pistols, but Sex Pistols, Clash, all that same sort of thing there. And actually, it sounded quite similar in beats and parts as "God Save the Queen" by the Sex Pistols. So whether that could be the song you were also thinking of, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was a Clash song that sounded very similar to that, but I just can't think of the top of my head. So yeah, very similar ideology. So we had on that there, just from slightly different angles. But back to the song though, yeah, catchy, like it. Unfortunately, as you said, because it's the probably most well-known song of theirs, it's probably a bit of a bar that's been set. But you never know. You never know. Might be some surprises there.
Yeah, let's see. Beat on the Brat.
Beat on the brat, beat on the brat with a baseball bat. Oh yeah, oh. Beat on the brat, beat on the brat, beat on the brat with a baseball bat. Oh yeah, oh. Oh yeah, oh. What can
Okay. So, take it away. Didn't we used to call you Brat?
Yeah, probably. That wasn't to my face, so yeah.
Wasn't it? Hey, because your name, Brett, it just kind of...
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
All right, go
Very
on.
similar. Different vowel, extra T. Anyway, it feels very early on to probably say this, but I feel like we are going to hear the style and genre that we're going to have from this at this early stage. The other note here is like very much of his time, isn't it? This just cries out punk rock 70s kind of music. The start of it actually sounded like it could have been recorded in like someone's garage. It felt very simple to them. But that aside, I know the first one, because maybe of the advert, it felt more recognisable and a bit more catchy. But this did have a bit of a catchiness to it. I felt my head bopping through it out. And for as simple as it was in parts, I actually quite enjoyed that. I think it was very, very simple, but in a real nice, effective way. But like I said, it just feels very of its time. And yeah, it didn't seem that offensive. I have no idea what it was really sort of referring to or talking about. I know, yeah, bit on the bat and with a baseball bat, not, yeah, so I haven't quite got sort of the meaning to it there. But yeah, a catchy, all right number.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you there. Used the word simple a couple of times. That's exactly what I was going to talk about. There wasn't really a great deal to the song, especially not lyric-wise. And probably thinking it back to the first song, probably wasn't really a great deal to that either, really. Yeah, it's just really simple music. It's just so simple. I can't explain it. Simple. I don't mean in a bad way. I actually like it like this. And like you, I actually also quite like this. I was just sort of head banging along to it, and it's just quite easy to enjoy. And yeah, I like that kind of chorus part. I don't know if it was a chorus, but beat what was it? Beat on the brat or something? Or beat the brat,
Yeah,
or whatever it was. Baseball and the baseball bat. It's just, yeah, that was kind of what was going through my head. This is kind of quite simple. But yeah, it's quite catchy. Yeah, and like you say, kind of its time, does feel very 70s. I was as the song was playing, I could imagine like in London, certain groups of people, if they were that sort of style, they would be. I could imagine them sort of listening to this in their car, cruising through London and stuff, through Chelsea. I don't know, that kind of area. The Mods and Rockers, was that the 70s or was that early? Was that the 60s?
No, yeah, 60s to 70s, I'd say.
Yeah. So, yeah, kind of had that kind of vibe to it. Okay, let's go on to Judy Is a Punk. This is the one you said you might know. It's only 1 minute 32 seconds long.
Yeah, no, take that. Take it back. I feel like the only song I would have known would have been that first one.
Yeah, all right.
And it just had just a very unusual sort of standout shit title, really. That was all.
Okay.
Judy's a run, but we're down a balance on the Oscar Friday. I don't know why. Oh, I don't know why. My tonight. Oh yeah, my tonight. Oh yeah, my tonight. Oh yeah, my tonight. Oh yeah. Second ball.
Okay. Yeah, that one, maybe I didn't enjoy that one as much as the first and second ones. I think like the first one, it had that standout part, A, O, A, O.
Cool.
And the second one had the beat on the brat part that I quite liked. This one was almost drowned out, I think, a bit by the music, actually. So, I don't know, just didn't have any standout parts for me. It was just that continuous beat, the background, and some lyrics thrown in as well. I don't know, it was all right, but didn't really do enough for me to sort of say that that I actually liked it. What about you?
Yeah, again, totally get where you're coming from there. It's a very short track. I mean, the other ones were simple. This also had that same simple. The only thing that stood out for me, a bit different, we had a couple of like sort of like clapping elements, like on 2 occasions.
Did we?
I thought, oh yeah, it'd be nice to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. But maybe it got drowned out with the rest of the stuff that you listened to there. You said in the previous one about sort of your image of what you pictured, because again, this song still has that same theme, same style going through it. I picture, sort of wearing leather jackets, but in like a bar in a club, sort of dancing. So I say dancing, sort of jumping around, kind of dancing to it. That's the sort of image that I have from there, drinking beers from cans and stuff.
So basically, how you live your life now.
Yeah, well, only on the weekends, but yes, pretty much.
Okay. Let's go on to number 4. I want to be your boyfriend. That's nice, isn't it? Oh, that's sweet. Okay.
Hey, little girl, I wanna be your boyfriend. Sweet little girl, I wanna be your boyfriend. Do you love me, babe? What do you say? Do you love me, babe? What can I say? Because I wanna be a boyfriend. Hey, little girl, I wanna be a boyfriend. Sweet little girl, I wanna be a boyfriend. I wanna be a boyfriend. Hey, little girl, I wanna be a boyfriend. Sweet little girl, I wanna be a boyfriend. Do you love me, babe? What do you say? Do you love me, babe? What can I say? Because I wanna be a boyfriend. Hey, little girl, I wanna be a boyfriend. Sweet little girl, I wanna be a boyfriend. Hey, little girl, I wanna be a boyfriend.
Oh, right. Oh.
Little thing.
Sorry. Right. I want to be your boyfriend. That's for you to digest. Take us through it.
Oh, it was me. Oh god. Okay, I'll say first. I like this one. This actually, even though it was I mean, it was slower than the previous ones. Effectively, yeah. I was trying because it kind of had the same sort of punk rockiness to the other ones, and that sort of catchy, sort of same sort of like the only thing I remember from was "I Want to Be Your Boyfriend."
Well, I think that was all there was, wasn't it?
But obviously done at just at a slower pace. So yeah, I'm not sure how I feel because, like I said, I quite enjoyed the faster ones, a bit more beat to it, but I still felt my head bobbing a tiny bit for this one, and quite enjoyed the fact it was a little bit mellow, a little bit slower. So yeah, it's really hard because I said it's so different to what we've had already, but at the same time, not different at all. So I'm really stuck for words. So you might need to help me out a little bit more on your opinions on it.
Okay, so yeah, I noticed that this is like you said there, a lot slower. The other ones were like proper sort of up and go punk rock songs, whereas this one wasn't. This is a slower. It was punk rock, but you could tell that, like, if you'd never heard them before, you could probably tell they're like a punk rock band, but just it's one of their slower songs. And I liked it. I did like it. I thought it sounded really nice. So yeah, good to hear a slightly different side to them. That it's not all just real, boom, boom, boom. It's but the lyric side of things. It's not really a strong point, is it? They don't really sing about very much. I don't really. So far from what I've heard, they're very, very limited in terms of their lyrics.
That should be good for us, really. Because...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, but for us, like we said, because we don't really understand, it's difficult for us to take in. If you're new here, yeah, we're say it a million times, we're not very good at understanding and taking in the meaning of songs. So I think Ramones are probably just what we need. So I did enjoy it. Yeah. Let's move on to number 5, which is Chainsaw. Hope I didn't give too much away.
Little sneak preview of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have too much to say about this one. I did like the part at the end, the "oh no, oh yeah" part. That was quite nice. Maybe it sounded like there was more in the lyrics department with this one. It's continuous the whole time. You seem to be singing about different things. One thing we haven't talked about, the voices or the singing voices, and I have to say I'm not very impressed. I don't know. It's like I suppose it does kind of fit the style of what they're trying to portray or the way they are, but in terms of actual, I don't know if it's the main singer or how many singers there are. Are they good at singing? Better than me, yes, but not really. I don't really think. I don't know if they're known for being good singers. I don't know, but just voice sound a bit off to me. I don't know. I can't explain it. Like, it works for the type of music it is, but it's not really nice to listen to. Or it's not, I can't explain it. But anyway, Brett, what about you?
Yeah, I'll follow on with that point you made there, and I think you're right. I think and it is for its style and stuff, and yeah, hard to say whether he's got a good voice or how many of them are singing there. But I don't think its style is for, you know, to be sung like in like a really fantastic singer, or
It doesn't need to.
I think
be,
even lyrically, we're not one to judge because we don't really pick up on stuff there, but we've all identified that as well. I think it's more just about the music and probably what it represents more than anything. And I've seen you do it, and I'm doing it. You can't help but bop and head bop to this sort of music, and I think that's where it's at, really. Do you want to go and sing those songs in the shower? Probably not, but if you listen to it, you will bop away to it. I was worried at the start. I thought maybe I was going to be saying the lines of like, this is the experimental song, and it was just going to be the sound of a chainsaw throughout the whole thing. And then when it started, it sounded like the AO, AO at the start. So again, there wasn't actually that much variation in comparison to the other ones, but it's still doing what it's meant to be doing, I guess. I said it's still boppy, it's still enjoyable, and I can see why. I know that's something I put here. This is probably the same with all the others, but for some reason this one particularly reminds me of more like a modern indie punk rock band. Like, I sound like someone I could hear nowadays. And obviously they're just influenced from this style, but this particular song, I don't know, it just felt like it could have been more of a modern version of this style of music, even though it is this style of music.
Okay. Right, that takes us on to our next one, which is Now I Want to Sniff Some Glue. That's another thing you do on weekends, isn't it?
That's during the week.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
From beer cans on the weekends, it's
right.
glue
Right.
during the week.
Right. Oh, yeah. Apologies. Right.
Kids want sun to death. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, sorry. Right. These songs are so short, it's difficult to stop them in time.
You get so into it as well, don't you?
Exactly, yeah. There's me sniffing along to my Pritt stick. I think it's you. It's an even number.
Oh God,
yeah. Oh God. Sorry to have you start off with this one. Yeah.
Yeah. What can I say? It's. I mean, I've written down here. I want to sniff some glue. All I want is something to do. I feel like that's all I pretty much heard or picked up from that. Again, he's got the same format of the early ones, and again, I find myself enjoying
sniffing some glue
along to it.
Yeah,
picturing sniffing some glue and stuff, and yeah, it's like, yeah, just like no, I feel like I can't say too much because I'm going to give it more credit than it probably deserves, or put more effort than probably what was done with the lyric writing. I do like the tune. Like I said, it's still head bop. I'm still sort of enjoying that sort of side of it from there. When it becomes a bit repetitive, I feel maybe could be soon. And yeah, you know, jokes aside with the lyrics, simplicity and what it was all about to the side, it again works for his genre, works for the era. I can't say it's any better or worse than others because it's on there. Probably maybe the first one being that more iconic, a bit more standout compared to others. But you know, what I mean, compared to most of the others, it's the same. The same pretty much.
Yeah, I stand by what I said. It seems like the Ramones are not known for their lyric writing. But yeah, it was a catchy song. Found it quite humorous. I think just based on the lyrics, the very repetitive lyrics. But yeah, nice, easy enough to listen to and just sort of bop along to. But just very, very simple. And that's a word I could use a lot here. It just feels like a lot of simplicity. Like you mentioned it at the beginning, it sounded like they were recording from their shed or garage. Yeah, it just has that kind of feel to it. But yeah, like you said earlier, I think it's more just about the music itself, the sound of it. It sort of associates with people and back in that time. So let's move on to the next one. If you're ready, Backstreet Brett.
I am indeed. I'm just trying to get the charger, but I'm still here with you.
Right. The next one, I want to actually just check something because you said they're American. I'm not picking that up from their accent.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, maybe I've got that wrong. I generally thought they were.
Let's have a look. Ramones.
But now, unless there was actually a band called The Ramones, who are totally someone different.
No, it is. They are from New York. Yeah.
No, New York.
Uh-huh.
But no, you're right, very British sounding at all. And actually, if I hadn't said that, I would have not actually guessed that at all.
Yeah, definitely quite British sounding. All right. Okay, let's go on to the next one then. I don't want to go down to the basement. No. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's what we're on. Not Loudmouth. Loudmouth is, yeah. I don't want to go down to the basement. Let's go.
I
Okay. First thing that struck me, this sounded more Australian with the accent. It's like, I don't want to go down to the basement. I don't. That's like, he was singing like an Australian. Honestly, it was. I think it's actually the longest song. It's 2 minutes 40. Is that the longest song we've had so far? Yes, and it's going to be the longest song on the album. But it was long just well, it wasn't. It's still very short. It's not shorter than a normal song on a normal album, but it was mainly taken up by instrumentals. The lyrics again were very limited and the whole song was very repetitive with that sort of ongoing beat. Just to kind of the lyrics stops, instrumental, the same lyrics, stop, instrumentals, repeat the lyrics again. But I actually quite like the lyrics. I thought it sounded quite good. I like the Australian accent that he was putting on as well. So again, very simple. Kind of quite liked it in a way. I don't know. I'm just struggling to sort of take this band that seriously, especially after the Sniffing Glue song. A lot of simplicity involved, I would say, or at least that's how it sounds to like a musically trained person like me. And I don't know. Anyway, what about you?
I agree with all the sort of comments you made, Dave. I think you did very comprehensive in terms of breaking down how the songs are like, and that's exactly what it is. And it is a shame because we're not that musically inclined. It's hard to know also because obviously we don't get much differentials in terms of the music. It's the same the way through, but how complex are those? Is chords the right word, or notes are being played, like, or they, actually that's what it's all about, and actually the FM time's got into that. I probably would say maybe not. I think it has, but maybe not as much as it like a real complex or diverse song with lots of stuff going in. I think it's just, again, like I said before, I feel being there in the moment and just being able to just smash them out and just having people dance around to it. But otherwise, it's following the same suit as some of the others. Doesn't sound out any different to some of the others, I said, apart from the first one, because it sort of recognise it, and potentially the slow one. So otherwise, not much else I will really probably say.
Did you pick up on the Australian accent as well?
I didn't. But as soon as you said it, I couldn't really disagree. I sort of got it there a little bit, but I have to be honest, I didn't fully pick up on that one there. I'm still getting my head around the fact that the American, and now can't stop thinking of them as a British / maybe Australian type band.
Right, well now it is time for Loudmouth. Let's go. After this short advertisement.
Слушай музыку по-новому со Spotify Premium. Ставь треки на повтор и скипай сколько угодно. Попробуй умное перемешивание. Мы будем добавлять в твои плейлисты интересные рекомендации. А еще ты сможешь создавать джемы, добавляя треки в общие плейлисты и слушай их вместе с друзьями. Чтобы узнать больше, нажми на баннер.
Actually, I understood most of that.
Хорошо, молодец. Okay, how was that for you?
Um, yeah, again, when it started, I was honestly thinking, have we actually had, generally thinking, have we actually had this song already? It was that sounded so similar to some of the others. It wasn't until the end. I generally, thank goodness for the title of the song, because if it wasn't for the title of the song, I probably wouldn't be able to pick up any of the words of that. The only one I could pick out was loudmouth. And early at the end, I think they were saying, "Are you a loudmouth baby?" Maybe 6, 7, 8 times, all the way down. With a nice fade at the end, which I think I've said in the previous video, we don't hear that much that often. The old sort of fading and quieting down of a song towards the end of it. Yeah, like I said, I don't think there's much more. I think your analysis of the track before and the breakdown how that works, it just applies to this one just as much, if not more. Yeah, so are you a loudmouth baby?
No, I'm not. I wasn't so keen on this one. I think just the lyrics didn't really do it for me. I mean, lyrics in the sense of how it, I don't know, how it was sung, how it sounded, just kind of didn't stand out for me. What I did notice as well, maybe with this song, in terms of the instrumentals, that we didn't have with the other songs, was it was a bit more, how can I say it? The instrumentals were a bit changing up a little bit. Whereas the others were kind of a bit more, apart from that slow song that we had, that slower song, a bit more just boom, 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 boom. This just kind of, this was as well, but it sort of changed a bit. Can't explain it. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I didn't enjoy this one as much as I've enjoyed some of the previous ones. But because they're all very similar, there's not a great deal of, it's still kind of on a, near enough on a par, just not quite as good as some of the others, I would say. Now we have Havana Affair.
On the way to better, I used to make a living by speaking a banana. Now I'm a guy for the CIA, a red for the USA. Baby, baby, make me loco. Baby, baby, make me mambo. Safety spot, only keep it down the road. First stop, I better go. I used to make a living by speaking a banana, a red. Baby, baby, make me loco. Baby, baby, make me mambo. PT foot on the way to better. I used to make a living on vegan and banana. Now I'm a guy for the CIA, a red for the USA. Baby, baby, make me loco. Baby, baby, make me mambo. Safety spot, only keep it down the show. First stop, I better go. I used to make a living on vegan and banana, a red. Baby, baby, make me loco. Baby, baby, make me mambo.
Okay, did he say something about I used to make a living from eating a banana?
Yeah,
He did. Did he?
there was definitely something about a banana.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think now that they're just using the same sort of backing the whole time, and they're just changing the lyrics of the songs a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. I've been saying that for like last 8 tracks.
Yeah, I just
One
catch it.
component.
I just catch it on. Yeah. Yeah, as this kind of goes on, it's getting quite repetitive. I mean, it was all right. It was kind of, yeah, head boppy again. Strange lyrics, not really not much to them really. I don't really have much more to say. If I would just could just be on repeat, couldn't we? We could say the same thing about all the songs, pretty much. What about you?
Yeah, just copy and paste the Big Four. However, I do, that aside, getting contrary, this one very slightly did have a little bit of difference to it. I think there was a bit where the beats sort of changed a tiny bit. We had a tiny bit of a change there, but overall it's still the same, especially again right at the start. And again, no jokes aside, I generally thought this was the previous song, which I thought was the previous song before that. I didn't pick up on an Australian accent, but I definitely felt the singing was slightly different as well. I can't still say American or British. I mean, you're quite good at accents. Could you figure out what sort of accents it could have been singing in? It sounded like to you?
I wasn't really picking up on that.
Yeah, but anyway, it did sound a little bit different in terms of the singing voice from there. But otherwise, yeah, pretty much the same, apart from those tiny little bit of difference. It's still not changing the slow song or the first track.
Okay, and just before we move on to the next song, you might notice a few things are a bit different, especially from my end. It is a different day. 2 days later, isn't it? I believe 2 days later, and I have changed countries since then, and not just like a holiday. I've actually literally moved countries, like in terms of where I'm living, and I've only just literally moved here. I've only been in this flat for about half an hour. So let's continue with this album. So let's hope you can hear. If you can't, let me know, Brett. Hang on. Here we go.
Next time, I listen more. Next time, well, I be small. Next time, I listen more. Next time, well, I be small. Next time, I listen more. Next time, well, I be small. Next time, I listen more. Next time, well, I be small. That girl could still be mine, but I'm tired of the hood, I'm tired of trying, I'm tired of the pain, I'm tired of trying, I'm tired of crying. Next time, I listen more. Next time, well, I be small. Next time, I listen more. Next time, well, I be small. That girl could still be mine, but I'm tired of the hood, I'm tired of trying, I'm tired of the pain, I'm tired of trying, I'm tired of crying. Next time, I listen more. Next time, well, I be small. Next time, I listen more. Next time, well, I be small. Next time, I listen more. Next time, well, I be small. Next time, I listen more. Next time, well, I be small.
Okay, Brett, tell us how what you thought of that one.
You might need to help me a little bit because I don't know if it was due to poor connection. But did the song go like faster and slower in parts, or was that just, or did it stay in the same tempo throughout? Was that just
Yeah.
my experience of it?
Yeah, it's your dodgy. It's
Well,
your
it did
dodgy
say
ears.
same.
It's your dodgy ears.
So, yeah, it's my is okay. So I was going to say it
Don't
was
blame my
I quite like this
connection.
song. I'll take the blame. I'll take blame my connection. Yeah, I was going to talk about how I quite like the sort of the tempo change. Otherwise, it's going to be the same that we've had previously. So I guess I have to go with the fact it's been the same. That's pretty. I feel maybe there was a bit more to the lyrics with this one. And when I say a bit more, I mean I don't maybe in a deeper sense just mean, but I mean the last couple of songs I think we only literally had like one or two sentences. This one felt like I had a bit more. But like again, with still the others, despite the repetitiveness and how similar and same love it is, I still can't help but bop my head to it. I still can't help but feel getting a little bit into it. Maybe not massively, but enough to still sort of enjoy it. And it probably does help that the songs have been, and like this one, are quite short. This all sounds very negative, but you know, trying to find some little positives from there. And I've got to give credit for that, because it's been too, and we have done in the past where we've, at this point, you know, wanted to be turning off albums and come away. And so despite the negativities, it's still involved.
Yeah, I think for me, what's done this song a massive favour is the 2-day rest we've had from it, to be honest.
That's a good point as well.
It's sort of like, yeah, just something, okay, yeah, good, sounds pretty good. It's quite, you know, a good beat to it. Probably a little bit more in the lyrics department possibly, but still not that much to it lyric-wise. But yeah, you know, I quite enjoyed it. But I honestly do think it is because of the break we've had. If we listened to this, if we had listened to this 2 days ago, I don't know, I just feel I might have been okay. Yeah, it's kind of the same, but I don't know. It just feels I feel like refreshed now, you know. Yeah. I was also reading. I don't want to go too much off topic here, but since that last recording session, I was reading a little bit about this group on Wikipedia. And I don't think, from what I understood, they didn't have any like big hits at the time. I think it's more since then they've become very like well known and seen as like the pioneers of punk rock. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Okay, let's move on to 53rd and 3rd. Yeah, so this one had a couple of points to note, I'd say. There was the part towards the end there where it looked like the song was finishing, but then it continued. That was something a bit different. but also there was one part, sort of probably in the first half of the song, where we had like a different singer with a more higher pitched voice that sort of took me by surprise. I thought the singing, that's the second guy, was really off, really bad, but I still actually quite just liked it, just because it was a change up, something a bit different. So yeah, that's kind of what I can take from this one. Just a few parts that kind of threw me off that I wasn't expecting, that I actually quite liked. Other than that, nothing really to shout about, to be honest. What about you?
Yeah, same sort of point. The only thing I was going to sort of say I picked up, and I also picked up that sort of the different sounds in the singing, but what I found difficult was, again, it might have just been me, but I know we don't pick up the lyrics, but I couldn't even really understand the words properly, which makes it even more difficult to understand the lyrics. And again, I know it's discovered this probably this music is not that what it's about. It's more about stuff. But I don't know. I still feel, even though the previous ones we, said there wasn't much in terms of lyrics, and that's what they were about. But I don't know, for this song, I felt like, because there felt like there was more to it, it would have been better. I feel like I would have been, at least be able to hear some of the words, to do that there. But otherwise, yeah, same old.
Okay. We have 3 tracks left. Let's dance.
Hey, baby, won't you take it to us? Say the trouble, let me have these days. Well, let's dance. Let's dance. We'll see the twist inside the midday. Any outside that you want to see. Well, let's dance. Well, let's dance. Hey, baby, are you thrill me so? Hold me tight, don't you let me go. Well, let's dance. Let's dance. We'll see the twist inside the midday. Any outside that you want to see. Well, let's dance. Well, let's dance. Okay, with it. Hey, baby, if you oughta know, baby, you let me walk you home. Well, let's dance. Let's dance. We'll do the twist inside the midday. Any outside that you want to see. Well, let's dance. Well, let's dance. Hey, baby, things are swinging right. Yes, I know that tonight's the night. Well, let's dance. Well, let's dance. We'll do the twist inside the midday. Any outside that you want to see. Well, let's dance. Well, let's dance. Well, let's dance. Well, let's dance.
Right, over to you.
Oh wow! So I get to go first in this one here. It's nice. Yeah. Okay. So that sounded really familiar. That sounded like a film song, but not in the same way I've ever heard it before. And I don't know if I was getting confused, because I know David Bowie does a famous song called "Let's Dance." I don't know if that's been playing in my mind, but I know it definitely wasn't that song. But I don't know. It just felt familiar, or maybe it was just that catchy. It just felt like it was familiar, and maybe because it's quite similar to. And it's weird because I see you were enjoying it and bopping along to it as well. There wasn't a massive difference to some of the other stuff we had before already, but yet this did feel a little bit different. And I said maybe that a little bit more catchy and a bit more to it out, and maybe because we had the different tones, different bits in there, and even that sort of harmonica bit at the end. Those tiny little things can sort of make all the difference there. But yeah, maybe maybe because it had the title of the song, I could pick up the "Let's Dance," and I heard about the twist, so I could pick up some lyrics, and maybe that helped make it a bit more catchy. But yeah, that's definitely up there with like the first track, which was again very familiar. So yeah, that's definitely better from the ones we've had recently. That's for sure.
Right. Let me make this very, very clear, right? That was by far and away the the best song on this album. It was so good that is going on my playlist.
Whoa, my God, I haven't heard you say that in ages.
I love that. Now, like you, it did sound familiar. That's the only thing. It's like, I was thinking, is this a cover? Or is it just because songs in that back then, I don't know, is it similar to just a song that I know? I can't say what song it is that I'm thinking of, but it's something like a Buddy Holly type song that my dad would have been listening to. So I don't know if it is a cover or not. I remember when I was reading the Wikipedia thing since our last review, and since the break we've had, a 2-day break, it did say I think there were 2 released songs, and it was the obviously the first track, what's it called, Blitzkrieg Bop, and also I Want to Be Your Boyfriend. That was a slower one that we quite liked.
Oh, okay.
Didn't see anything written about Let's Dance, but yes, he was really familiar. But I really liked that. It had that sort of rock and roll feel to it. It felt like it was from the 60s.
Good shout.
Yeah, loved it. Brilliant. Unexpected. Well done, Ramones. Right.
They pulled out the bag.
Better late than never, eh? Right. I Don't Want to Walk Around With You. Okay. Let's go for it. I didn't really like that one. Obviously, it doesn't help that it was following on from a really good song. I just felt with this one, of course, we can talk about the lyrics. There was hardly anything to it. But just the actual music itself, it felt rockier than a lot of the others I felt. It felt more like rather than just a sort of punk rock song, it felt a bit, not hard rock, but just, I don't know, a bit rockier than the others. Let's just say it, keep it like that. And yeah, don't know, I just didn't really get on with it, to be honest. What about you?
Yeah, like you said, for you, and when you're following what you as claimed as your song of the album so far, I've still got a final song to go. It's always going to be a tough act to follow. Like with some of the previous ones, this was like a classic Ramones song, isn't it? Simple guitar playing of one tempo, one sound, a simple lyric that was repeated again. Apart from there was probably one line that changes, but I couldn't understand what it was. It also has something about walking around something, but and even though it came back, I thought, right, okay, might come back again. I'm going to really try and listen, concentrate. I still couldn't quite pick it up. Not that it would have, changed or revolutionized the song to me, but in contrast with some of the others, even though it's from the same tune, the same type of thing, it does feel I can't remember what word you said. Yeah, I know you said more rockier. But yeah, did it feel even more? Could it feel like even more simpler than some of those other previous simple songs? I think so, potentially. Maybe with a different line, it makes it maybe a little bit different than just the same lines being repeated. But yeah, it feels like just an album track. Just yeah, let's maybe move on to the last one.
Okay. Today, your love, tomorrow, the world.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Right. So, Backstreet Brett. Go for it.
Maybe had a bit of epiphany here, Lee. You know how previously I said, "Oh, I felt like we listened to a song and then it felt like it was the same song again." Is that? I'm now just thinking, especially with these short songs, because this last track, that start definitely sounded exactly the same as the previous song. So I'm now thinking, because this is the 70s, after the 60s, so we know people have done it before, where
Good maths.
song.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
I had to use the calculator for that one. Where I think some of these songs are meant to be put together. I think they follow through. I feel like as one ends, the next one starts as part of maybe the same kind of song. And I don't know why I maybe didn't pick up on that earlier. And I feel maybe I should give them credit for that, if that has been the case there, because I felt a bit bad just going, yeah, it sounds like this is the exact same songs we just had before, but it probably was continuing through. Again, the frustrating thing was not being able to really pick up on the lyric. I just about heard like the chorus bit, again, but because of the titles written, I could hear and understand what that was. Now it really felt like a real sort of revolutionary song. You see people like, you know, hitting the streets and marching to that type of sort of song. And it changed up towards the end. It felt like then like a different song. And again, like with all the others, and maybe this is the most credit I could have, my toes are still tapping, my head is still bopping a bit, regardless. And it almost like, even feel like I was going, oh, it's going to be the same old, like, I still felt I was doing it. So it's got to take some credit for those side of things. Otherwise, it does feel like very Ramones song from the album, same sort of things from there. So yeah, it's just again not just being able to hear the lyrics properly. Maybe not that I would be able to understand them or decipher them too much, but and as I said, yeah, this track did have a little bit of difference to it, which was all right, and it was toe tapping throughout. So yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It did change up. That sort of caught me by surprise. It was a quite a very rocky, heavy kind of heavy rock, but just a rockier song than some of the others previously. Um, Seemed to be more lyrics in this one. It was constant with some lyrics. I'm not sure if his didn't seem like it was repeating himself, but I couldn't really make anything out. Like you, just the sort of the music was drowning it out. Yeah. So it was all right. It's not really wasn't really my cup of tea, that song, to be honest. But like you, I could kind of imagine sort of people marching along to it back in the 70s. So if we're summing up, just going to click on the album here. I actually did enjoy listening to the album. I think it's really interesting to check out an iconic band from the 70s that we knew nothing about. Even though I didn't particularly like most of the songs on there, or at best they were okay. But however, there were a few standout ones there. That obviously being "Let's Dance." Oh, let's dance, da 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 da. Let's dance, da da da. See, I remember it now. It was so catchy. That was a great song. Blitzkrieg Bop, I liked as well, and also "No, I Want to Sniff Some Glue." Was that right? I'm joking. "I Want to Be Your Boyfriend," I'd probably say was maybe the experimental track on the album, just because it was slower.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one. So yeah, for me, if I was making a top three, I'd definitely say runaway winner would be "Let's Dance." Probably put Blitzkrieg Bop into second place. And then "I Want to Be Your Boyfriend" would be third. The other songs, like, you sort of take them or leave them, really. So yeah, just really nice, or just interesting to check out an iconic band, the so-called pioneers of this genre of music. So yeah, enjoyed it to some extent. What about you?
Yeah, really good points there. I definitely agree with all of theirs. Same about the sort of the pick of the songs as well. But I would say the same ones as well. Um, and yeah, really interesting point you made. You said earlier when you saw from again, people are new to this. Like, the reason we don't like to delve into Wikipedia or do too much is because we kind of want to not be influenced by reading or seeing things from there. But yeah, I really it's quite interesting to imagine that, back in the day maybe they weren't as big and actually became big or more popular later on, became almost like a cult, following cult sort of band that people got into. And it is because I say it feels very of its time, and I quite like the same way you do. It's almost, and again, it's a really short album. It felt like a little bit of a sort of a history lesson as such, in terms of musically of this type of music. It just feels very of that time. And as I think I said in one of the previous tracks, where a couple of songs did feel like they could have been done by nowadays bands because they've been influenced from that sort of style of music. So yeah, that's it. As an album, wouldn't probably rush to go back to, but I do feel pleased to have listened to it. And I said there were a couple of songs, and there's now no, at least when I hear potentially those songs that I can now know and go, oh, that's Ramones. I know, or if I hear that, so I go, oh, it sounds like the Ramones. So maybe when we talk about other things, someone else I can sort of refer to from there. And yeah, it'd be interesting because I think obviously this is their early stuff. I just wonder how different or how developed do they get in the later years? Do they start to do a bit more of lyrics? Do they experiment a bit more potentially? Because I said if it's their first thing, you generally find it's probably going to be a lot of the same, just because they're finding what they like and what they're going out there. So yeah, a nice sort of historical opening one to listen to.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Backstreet Brett. It's late here. It's 2:36 a.m. People should be able to probably see that on my screen in the corner. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. I think I probably mentioned earlier, a couple of days ago, that if you donate to our channel, we will, do an album for you, like this one. It could be any album you want, preferably one that's not more than an hour in length. But okay, so
We can always break it down, can't we?
we could. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon for the next one. Take care. Goodbye.